All right, good morning, people of YouTube. So we are back again today because it's been a while since I brought the Garurumon X Antibody deck to the channel, and this is probably the best deck going into EX3. Even with Bloomlord, even with all of these new decks that are taking the meta, this deck retains its crown as being the most consistent deck, and probably it's going to be the deck with the most hops. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into some of the card choices, but this is going to be a slightly different variant because you're probably all tired of seeing the same old Garurumon X Antibody list, so this is going to be a little bit different. By adding GABU and the Matt Ishida package from Bt6, you are able to make your matchup against Bloomlord a little bit better by being able to multi-swing over their level 6s and bottom deck their level 5 or lowers every time you swing. It also gives you a big power play. Like, there will be a lot of times that you have a GABU sitting on your board whenever you're going into the Metalgarurumon X stack or the level 5 combos. And if you have a Gabumon in play whenever you're going in to these cards, you can swing with those and then pop off a memory boost and then use your mat to warp your Gabumon into a bond to close the match out. So it allows you an extra power play, and I think it's something that is worth exploring. Who knows, maybe it'll be the new meta. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into some of the card choices. If you like this kind of off-the-wall content, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. So we're going ahead and start with the eggs. We got 4 copies of Pseudomon. Nothing really changes here. This is still the best egg that you can play. You want the power boost. So for the rookies, we got 4 copies of Gabumon X. Staple. We got 3 copies of Gabumon from ST8 to give yourself a plus 1,000 boost during both players' turn. This card is still really good. You do have the protection from battle with the Garurumon X effect, but you do want to save that, and this card helps you do that. Next, we play 3 copies of the Searcher Gabumon from BT5. It helps you get your pieces. And the reason we aren't playing 4 copies of each of these cards is because I wanted to make room for 3 copies of the EX1 Gabumon. So this card, one of the things that you do want to be able to do is you want to find more rookies that you can keep filtering through your deck, but you also want to find your other pieces. So this card helps you search your pieces, your Davis helps you search your other pieces, and so does the Cool Boy. But this card helps you grab the rookies. It also helps you grab the Cool Boys themselves because it helps you grab Tamers. And it can grab the Bond of Friendship because it does have Gabumon in its name. So this is a really good card, and having another inheritable in the deck was something that I feel like this deck was lacking until I added this card. So that's it for the rookies. Going straight ahead into the level 4s, I got 4 copies of the Garurumon X. This is standard. I got 3 copies of the promo Garurumon. Now, I would be playing 4 if I owned 4, but I don't, so 3 it is. We do have 3 copies of the Garurumon from BT5 to round it out. This is all really standard. The plus 1,000 from the Garuru is really nice, but also being able to Digivolve into this card for 1 is cool. It has a little bit more value in this deck because we are playing the Matt from BT6, so there will be a lot of times that we can shove up a Digimon from the raising area and gain the memory off of that and start at 4 memory for free. And if we spend 1 memory going into this, then we still have access to going into the level 5 if we don't have any like Cool Boys set up. Because sometimes you don't have the ideal setup. This card really helps. And the mat can help be another setup piece to help enable stuff like this. So I do like this lineup. The only change I would make would be to swap one of these BT5 Garuru for another promo Garurumon. On to the level 5s. This is also pretty standard. I'm playing 4 copies of the promo Garuru, and 4 copies of the Garurumon X Antibody. I kind of want to add space for the Sagittarius, but space in this deck is pretty tight since I am playing the Bond package, and I don't think it's overly necessary. I don't think it adds enough to the deck. So I think these cards are enough to close the game, and that's all we need. So my level 6 lineup is a little bit controversial because I'm only playing these 3 Metalgarurumon X Antibody. So more often than not, in my experience with the deck, I clump on high-level Digimon. So I wanted this deck to not be top-heavy, despite having an extra top-end boss. So I'm not playing the EX1 Metalgarurumon because I don't feel like it adds enough value to the deck. And more often than not, I'm sitting there looking at it in my hand for multiple turns, wishing it was something else. You can still go into the Metalgarurumon X Antibody off of the X Antibody options effect, and kind of skip the Metalgarurumon, so I don't feel like that card is necessary. And I feel like this card does everything the deck wants to do by itself, and doesn't really need help, at least in its own stack. Which is where the Bond of Friendship does help, because that can go off of a different stack. But the Bond of Friendship can evolve on top of a blue level 6 for 3 memory as well. And doing that won't trash the security off the mat. So you can do plays where you, like, swing with the Garuru, untap itself, use the X Antibody to evolve into Garuru X, right? Hit your 2 checks. And then you swing again, evolve into the X Antibody, unsuspend, right? Hit 2 more checks. Then you can swing yet again, or not swing that time. If you still have the memory, then you can evolve into the Bond of Friendship, swing yet again, bottom something, unsuspend, and then swing yet again. So this is one of those cards, like being able to unsuspend, give yourself blocker, is something that the Metalgarurumon X is really good at. And this deck just wants to be able to unsuspend an attack, and that's what this does. So, going into the level 7s, I'm playing the 1 copy of the Bond of Friendship. I do want to find space for more, but again, I don't want to clump on it. This card is very searchable. We're drawing so many cards, and the EX1 Gabumon can grab it. So I'm never really feeling like I need more than 1. And if you do drop this card, it's pretty much game over for your opponent, and you're pretty much holding it until that happens. But it is much more explosive than cards that would be sitting in your dead in your hand, like the EX1 Metalgarurumon. I really, really don't like the EX1 Metalgarurumon. But this card is absolutely insane. It can help you push for game in a lot of matchups, and in the matchups that you don't need this against, you're already just playing the best deck in the format anyway. So just win that anyway, you know. So we do play the 1 of that. The most cuttable level 7 in the deck, and probably the most cuttable card in the deck, is the Blitz Omnimon. Oftentimes I'm winning the game before I find myself using this card, and realistically I think this card could be anything else. But it does go really nicely with the Omnimon X Antibody. The Omnimon X Antibody from BT10 is absolutely phenomenal, and I think playing 1 of this in Metalgaruru X is mandatory from here on out. This card helps deal with some of your problem matchups, and it's searchable, and it's just really strong. There's really no reason not to play it, because the games that you would lose, this card can just sometimes win them for you. So I do really like this level 7 package. Again, the only thing I could consider cutting would be, I could cut this Omnimon to either add a second one of either of these, or just another option card, or a Tamer or something. But that's it for the Digimon. For the options, I got the 2 copies of the X Antibody. It's a necessary combo piece, but everything in the deck searches it out, and you only really need to see 1 to win the game. I play 3 copies of Blue Memory Boost. This card is really helpful for getting you to where you need to go, both cards in hand and memory-wise. and we got the 1 copy of Ice Wall because I'm only allowed to play 1. That's it for the options. For the Tamers, I got the 2 copies of Davis. Helps you find your pieces. Sets your memory to 3. Davis is good. We got the 3 copies of Cool Boy. I don't have space for 4, and again, I don't want to bottom deck key cards. But this is still very strong. And I don't think I think playing less than 3 is just absolutely a mistake. But 3 is all we had room for because I did want to make room for 2 copies of the Bt6 Matt Ishida. So for those of you that don't know, what this card does is if you promote a Digimon with Gabumon or Garurumon in its name from your raising area, you gain a memory and draw a card, which is absolutely insane. Combined with the Davis, you can be at 4 or even 5 if you have 2 of these in play. It helps you dig further into your deck. It's a Hammer Spark on a Tamer. This card is just really good, but it also allows your Gabumon to just warp into a level 7 by trashing 2 security. And then most likely it'll die at the end of the turn from the secondary effect of this. But if you are at 1 or less security whenever you are done Digivolving, then your Digimon gets to stay, which I guess can trigger sometimes, but more often than not, you're just blowing through your security to just win the game that turn. The Bond of Friendship is definitely a win button, but even if you don't go into the Bond of Friendship, the passive effect from Matt to just gain a memory and draw a card makes this card worth playing. And I understand why people weren't playing it in the past because it was kind of slow. But I think with the way that the metagame has evolved, I think this card could find its place back into this deck. So let me know what you guys think of this variant in the comments down below. Obviously, it's a little bit different from the Garurumon decks that you're used to seeing, like win tournaments and stuff. But a little variety is good every now and again, and people get tired of seeing the same old thing. So, without wasting any more of your time, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.